Hi there. Welcome to this devotion. Did you grow up with a nickname? Was it a pleasant one? I'm not talking about the ones that children use to tease you. I'm talking about the ones that shaped you or had a role to play in shaping you into who you are today. My parents called me my boy, and it always touched me because I saw it as a sign that I was important to them, that I was counted as one of their children with pleasure. And I took it to heart, and I conducted myself in a way that they would always use the term "my boy" with pleasure, and it shaped my character, and it has a role to play in who I am even till today, in the way I conduct myself, in the way my very character is. Only years later did I realize I was, as an only son, they could use the term quite freely, and if they had more than one son, they probably wouldn't have used the term. But anyway, be that as it may, what is your nickname? And how did they shape you? There's the story told in the three synoptic gospels about this guy named Jairus, who was a synagogue leader. His daughter was very ill, and he went to fetch Jesus for help. And by the time Jairus and Jesus arrived at his home, Jairus' daughter had already passed away. Jesus takes Jairus and Mrs. Jairus, I suppose, into a room where the body of the little girl was, probably a little 12-year-old girl. And Jesus takes him into the room, and he closes the door, and he takes the little girl by the hand, and he says to her, Talitha, kumi. And when this is translated from Aramaic, it basically translates into maid, arise, or little one, little girl, arise. And she does. She rises from the dead. I mean, the joy of the parents, the surprise and the joy of the family and friends around is all part of the story. But I want to pause for a moment on that expression, Talitha kumi. Because the word Talitha means maid or little girl, but it also means little lamb. It could have been a nickname. It could have been this term of endearment. I don't know if Jesus met the girl when she was well. I don't know if the little girl had curly hair and reminded Jesus of a lamb. I don't know. But I know that God changes names of people throughout the Bible. I know that Jesus gave nicknames to the disciples around him. Has it ever occurred to you that Jesus has a nickname for you? A loving name that talks beauty into your life and into your character? Has it ever occurred to you that Jesus has this nickname for your children? Next time you pray, remember you have this deeply embodied beauty that is seen by Jesus, that Jesus would call you by. And when he calls you by that name, you would know that he's talking to you, that this name is so meaningful that you would respond, or you would hear from beyond the grave. May you hear the Spirit of God every day calling you by the name that defines your beauty, the name that you would instantly recognize. May you always see the beauty that God sees in yourself. And may you always see the beauty that God sees in others around you. Till we meet again, God bless.